I'm going to tell about us moving from Mosheim, the only place I've ever lived. I was 13 years old. That's a bad time to move away from all of your friends and from your school you've gone to. We moved into town, and we never lived in town. Alvarado wasn't a big place, but it was. And anyway, the school was different, and we had to pick cotton, and so we went to school later. And I guess I caught up because I did pass, and then we moved out to a place called Barnesville, and had a real good teacher out there, Thelma Johnson, and she was disciplinarian, but she loved us, and we knew it. And so I don't know how, we hadn't been there too long until I met this handsome young man, and we met at a party, and then we were doing a play at our school, and he was not still in school. He'd already finished the 10th grade and went off to Gatesville to be with his dad and stepmom and worked down there. But he'd come home, and I guess he came and stayed till because we practiced that play regularly, and then had a nice school, and we did that play, and then we started writing to one another, and then he started coming home every once in a while. Of course, he didn't have a car, but his sister Doris went with this guy, and we kiddedly that she went with him because he had a car. So the four of us would go here and there. We even went to church on Sunday night. I mean, we went and looked in the windows, which I'm ashamed of now, but anyway, some of the churches were different from the Baptist church. But anyway, we got to know one another real well, and then when he joined the Navy and went to California, San Diego, California, and was there quite a while before he had to leave, and maybe he didn't have a leave, but he just was away without leave and came home in November of 1944, and we married, and then he had to hitchhike back to California, and then in January I rode the train out to California to be with him, and I lived with one of the Alexander girls, and she was married and had 2 children, and I lived with them and took care of the little boy. The little girl was in school. That was my room and board, was taking care of the little boy. And he was shipped out in about June, so I went back to Alvarado to be with my parents, and I was expecting Elaine then. So in November, our little novice Elaine was born, and then in February he came home. I've never said his name. It's actually Richard Edward Shelton. So then we had all these little Shelton girls, and now we have a couple of Shelton boys. And anyway, I'll rest a little while and tell you some more.